All right, President Obama on his so-called charm offensive, it continues now. He invited Republican senators to dinner last night. The topic of conversations, cutbacks, and entitlement reform. Did they get anything accomplished when dinner began at 6:41 and ended at 9:17? Georgia Senator Johnny Isakson was asked to round up some of his Senate colleagues and go to dinner last night. He did just that, and here to tell us what happened. Senator, what happened?
Brian, it was a great meal. It went about an hour longer than we expected. It was a good dialogue between the president and the members of the Senate. Quite frankly, we did more talking than the president did. He was a good listener, and I think we covered a lot of good ground.
Well, what progress do you think you made?
You know, you're always making progress when two sides of an issue are sitting down at the same table talking. We don't ever make much progress when we're lobbing grenades across the political boundaries. So I think it's a good start to what's going to be a very long process in terms of dealing with our debt, our deficit, and our fiscal policy.
Well, in his budget, the president was saying yesterday in the Rose Garden that he shows some give in that he's looking at Social Security and he has cuts to Medicare. Was that a starting point for you to show this charm offensive is working?
I'm glad that you mentioned that because that was a step forward by the president. And I want to make a point here. We're talking about saving Social Security and saving Medicare. We're not talking about cutting it. We are talking about reforming the way in which COLAs are calculated. But if we do nothing, by 2037, Social Security payments are going to go down by 25% automatically because of the depletion of the trust fund. So what we're trying to do is save the benefit for our children and our grandchildren by reforming the process by which it's determined.
Well, I'm sure the president wants to save Social Security as well. When you got into it, and you said he was listening the whole time, do you feel as though you got through to him that what your objectives are and where compromise may lie?
I think what the result of the meeting was that both sides, when we walked out of the room, realized we had just had a almost 3-hour conversation between the Senate and the President of the United States about the most substantial issues that we face and debate on the floor, and got a better understanding for where everybody is coming from and a better understanding of where we need to get to.
When you made up the roster, why was it important that Marco Rubio be on it?
Well, I love all my Senate colleagues. I picked the 11 other people other than myself that I thought represented the South, the North, the Midwest, and the West, both ends of the political spectrum, New England, moderates, right of center. I tried to get a good coalition that represented what the Senate Republicans stood for.
And Marco Rubio was able to come. I mean, in terms of an engagement, was there anybody who engaged more than somebody else with the president when it comes to economic issues, guns or immigration?
No, in fact, immigration only came up tangentially. Same thing in terms of guns. Most of the discussion was about fiscal policy, about tax policy, about revenues, about entitlements. That was the gist of the meeting and the heart of the meeting.
Senator, where do you go from here?
Hopefully having another meeting. I mean, there are still 25 members or so of our conference that haven't been in a meeting like this. I hope you'll continue to have the meetings, and I hope we'll continue to go to the meetings with the idea of finding common ground. We have our differences, and some of them are inseparable, but we have a lot of places where we can find common ground because in the end, all of us want to save this great republic for our children and our grandchildren, and we're on a precipice that if we go off that precipice, we maybe won't do that.
Senator, I speak for a lot of people. I'm glad you guys are talking and people don't come out with scratches all over them in need of Bactine. You seem to still be talking to each other, so maybe we are making some progress. Johnny Isakson, Senator from Georgia, thanks so much.
Thanks, Brian.